Hey everyone, this is Simply Syrup coming to you with another video today on a brand new game, Clanfolk. Today I'm going to be telling you exactly how to survive your first winter because honestly, being new to the game was pretty tough and I struggled to survive my first couple of playthroughs. But I can assure you that it's not as hard as everyone is making it out to be, and once you watch this video, making it through winter will be a breeze. I'm going to give you the exact blueprint you need to survive, and if you follow it closely, you will actually be thriving during winter and you will be able to really start building some cool and interesting builds with a prolonged playthrough. Quick reminder here to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video so we can grow the channel together. I haven't been able to put Clanfolk down since I picked it up on the release date, and although it's not perfect, I have some really strong ideas for more helpful videos that you won't want to miss that will be coming out very soon. But before I take up any more of your time, let's get into the video. Surviving the winter in Clanfolk isn't as hard as I originally was thinking, as my first 3 playthroughs were cut short due to the cold knife of winter. But truthfully, I just didn't know what was needed to survive. However, now that I have the blueprint for success, winter is just another season, and I've even been able to explore some of the harder difficulties with relatively no problems to speak of. To help get you through the winter, we are going to be going over a 3-pronged attack. I've found that there are 3 basic things you will need to remember and hone in on to ensure that you are not only surviving, but thriving on the coldest days. The first of your 3 needs is finding and procuring enough food and water. The second is having adequate heating both inside and outside your home. And the third is having enough stockpiled resources to allow you to continue to expand. To successfully and effortlessly make that leap into a great dynasty, you will need to ensure that you have met these 3 requirements. In the next section of this video, we're going to crack these 3 needs open and explain exactly how to meet them. Let's start with food and water, because this necessity is obvious to everyone. But how exactly to stockpile enough food and water may not be clear. Remember, winter lasts for 10 whole days. Nothing grows, and it's very likely that lakes will be frozen, cutting off your supply of eels. So before winter starts, you will need to have enough food stockpiled to last the entirety of the season. On the bottom right of your screen, you will see a food counter that tells you exactly how many days of food you have left. The goal is to reach about 13 days of food supply before winter starts. This will allow you to not only survive, but also hire workers and open up your doors for weary travelers. The easiest way to achieve these 13 days of stockpiled food is to gather and dry mushrooms. Yes, mushrooms are undoubtedly the single most important factor in surviving the winter. They are abundant, easy to collect, and will last for an incredibly long time if dried properly. You are going to want to unlock the mushroom rack before fall starts to maximize your mushroom drying potential. It would be a good idea to place 2 or 3 mushroom racks down and do your best to not let them sit idle for the entire fall season. Remember, mushrooms are the key to acquiring enough food to survive winter, so get to work. Although you can probably survive the winter on just stockpiled mushrooms, I think it's also worth noting that you can get a few extra days of food by smoking your fish and rabbit meat instead of cooking them. One crucial idea to winter success is to always be planning for it. I would never waste fish meat by placing them in the cooking pot. They should always be smoked. Although they won't last near as long as the mushrooms, your villagers will be thankful for the little bit of protein you can save up for them to help them get through winter. It's also worth noting here that you can collect rabbits and fish during the winter time. I really believe rabbit traps are incredibly beneficial and you should make an effort to get some placed down before the first winter. This will ensure that you are still passively acquiring more food even when your villagers may not want to go out on long hunting expeditions. Once you've secured enough mushrooms and smoked meats, you should be set to handle the winter when it comes to food. But what about water? Equally important to food, water is also needed by your villagers and will be in short supply once winter freezes up the lakes. you have two options for securing water for wintertime. You can choose to make jugs, fill them up with water, or you can build a well that won't freeze up in the wintertime. Of these two options, obviously the well is better and can be crafted easily with a few stone blocks, twine, nails, and planks. However, you will still need to have jugs of water at the ready in case of fire. Just remember, if you choose to go the jug route, you must keep the jugs warm or else they will turn to ice. So make sure to build a jug pallet in one of the warmer rooms of your domicile. Speaking of a warm room, let's get into the second prong of our three-prong attack, heating. This will come in two separate forms. We need to not only heat our house, but also provide the appropriate winter clothes to our clan. Both are equally important and necessary to survive the winter, but let's start with clothing. Okay, super simple here. The only thing you will need to do to clothe your villagers for the first winter is kill some rabbits. Fur clothing is the best for winter, especially in year 1. It's so easy to get and has an extremely high warmth rating. All you need to do is set your auto supply so that you have enough fur clothing to provide each villager with the cloak, hat, and tunic. This should be enough to get them through the winter, but you should also make them some sack clothing to wear under their furs as well. The villagers kind of hate sack clothing, but in year 1 you have to do what you have to do. Once you make it through that critical first winter, you can start making some leather products, but until then, make sure you have furs for everyone and you shouldn't have to worry about anything else. The second form of heating you will need to survive the winter is warmth in your domicile. This one is a little harder to manage, but not so complicated that you can't get it right your very first try. Basically, all you need is good walls and roofing and a few fire pits. Remember that building your base into a mountain is not recommended, and if you try this, then you will have a much harder time heating your home than if you just took the time to use good sturdy materials. I think it's beneficial to invest in a heating room next to your bedrooms. Just make a small, non-flammable area and fill it up with cooking fires or stone fireplaces. Kitchens will also provide warmth, but they cook food so fast that it will be much more beneficial to use fire pits or stone fireplaces. Once you have secured a fireproof room, place down some vents, preferably fireproof ones, to get heating to your whole house. It's worth noting here that you can also use animals to heat up your living space. Their body warmth will do a little good in keeping a room warm, but it's not something that I've really spent the time to do, so I don't know how well this works. Also, who wants animals in their house? However, if you find yourself losing heat fast, then you may want to bring those animals inside for the little extra heat they can provide. The final thing I wanted to go over today to help you survive the winter is stockpiles. Things just don't grow in the winter, and if you want to keep expanding during the winter time, you will need to have adequate resources stored away to do so. So take a little bit of time and plan out what you might need and secure it before the cold weather kills everything off. Think about what won't be available in the winter time and go for that first. Of course, you will want sticks to keep your fireplaces lit, but you can still gather those in the winter if need be. However, if you want straw to build a roof for your new animals, then you will be out of luck. If you really want to thrive during winter, then you will need to plan ahead just a little bit and collect resources that you will likely need in abundance. Start with things that you can't find during the winter, then work back from there. Well, it looks like we've run out of time for today's video, but I really hope I was able to give you some actionable information today to improve your Clanfolk playthrough. I'm confident that after watching this video, you will be able to survive your first winter. I wanted to take a moment to give a big thank you to those who have made it this far in the video. I really hope you consider giving the channel a follow so we can grow together. I have more Clanfolk content that will be coming out soon that you won't want to miss. Also, remember to take a look in the video description for a link to my Twitch channel, where we're playing games like Clanfolk almost daily. Thanks so much for watching again. Until next time, this is Simply Syrup, signing off.